What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It has been a very long week and a half. I don't know when I can't remember when I put out my Skeleton 2.0 video. Ever since then, a guy ran to a table at work. He chipped his pelvis and gave himself a hernia. It's been a long, very long week at work, and I'm a very tired person. But we're catching up on some stuff now, and we're going to talk about preparing for Heroes for Hire. If you guys are looking to invest in this team, we're going to talk about what you guys want to go for in this team. We'll talk about ISOs and what T4's to focus on. So we're going to cover all the bases with that. Now, Heroes for Hire, it's going to be the new war defense meta by what we can see. They're incredibly powerful. Luke Cage gives them defense up right at the start of the match. Misty Knight fills everybody's ability, energy. Colleen does a ton of damage. Iron Fist is healing constantly, and his ultimate can do some pretty nasty damage as well. And this team is meant to be one that is going to take at least a couple of attempts to fully clear. We've been theorizing some different teams you guys could use to clear them, maybe in one attempt. But right now, it's not looking too good. They're just too well programmed to kind of focus down some of these characters. So let's talk about T4's first. Now, in order for like the base optimization for this team, it looks like you're going to need to invest in 5 T4s. And you're going to want every single passive on this team. The Luke Cage passive is 20% additional max health for himself and Heroes for Hire allies. That bumps up to 50% bonus max health overall. That's pretty significant because the team as itself doesn't have a lot of base health. I mean, Luke Cage has some decent stuff here. You're talking 50% on top of this. You're looking at 450,000 health on him. The rest of the characters don't have a lot of health on them, but when you bump it up another 50%, well, then they start getting a little beefier. Looking at 350k for Iron Fist here at 5'7", with my Colleen Wing at 5'5", tier 14. She's looking at close to 400k with the 50% health boost. I mean, yeah, this team is going to have a lot of health on them. They're going to have defense up at the start of the fight. Yeah, Colleen also has some really good damage, but yeah, that T4 on Luke is going to be very important for boosting that max health. The Iron Fist T4, which I've already done in preparation, this bumps up his healing for another 10% chance to heal and healing more often. It also gives defense up in case any Heroes for Hire allies drop below 50% health. Gives them defense up for 2 turns. Very important T4, highly recommended there. And then the passive on Colleen Wing, because this gives her more damage on her assist. She also gets the 100% chance to counterattack and gets 20% block amount while she has deflect. And she has deflect at the start of the fight because of Luke Cage. And his ultimate, it gives all Heroes for Hire allies defense up, death proof, and 2 stacks of deflect. So yeah, she's going to be assisting quite often in that 100% boost damage with this. Yeah, plus the 30% piercing. She's going to be hitting pretty hard. She's going to be moving a lot. And she applies bleed whenever she assists. And then we go over here to Misty. And you definitely want this one, this T4 passive. Speed up for 2 random Heroes for Hire allies on enemy death. They're going to kill someone pretty quickly. On war defense, gain 40% bonus focus. She does some pretty interesting stuff here with her abilities. Now, in terms of the 5th T4, this one is very, very interesting because I'm kind of going back and forth. This basic is very nice, but she's not going to use this for several turns. So this offense up to random Colleen Wing ally, that's a good T4, but you're not going to get a lot of use for it usually because you have to wait for 3 turns of Misty before she uses her basic. This armed response ability, though, this damage is going to be huge. She's going to deal a lot of damage with this, and it targets the enemy with the highest health, ignoring taunt and stealth. She gains 5,000% bonus focus for this, applies ability block and disrupted. This is going to hit hard, and she's going to use this right away. So you know that this T4 on Misty is going to be pretty good. The other T4s on the other characters, not bad at all. Heal block for 2 turns, that's pretty good on the ultimate for Colleen. Applying 4 bleed instead of 3 bleed, it's okay. I mean, it does take it up to 400% damage and plus 30% piercing for each Heroes for Hire ally. Yeah, this one is not bad either. And yeah, I mean, the basic is okay, but yeah, the 2 T4s, I think the other 2 that you want to go for, give me the passive and the ultimate for Misty. Now, if you do want to go for other T4's possibly on this team, you can skip the healing ability on Iron Fist. The ultimate Iron Fist, though, that may be one you may want to consider. This will boost up to 700% damage on his ultimate. And remember, he will be using this turn 1 because of Misty Knight's passive ability, where she gives 10 ability energy to all heroes for higher allies. So he will be popping this ultimate first turn. That's going to do a lot of damage, and they get some bonus speed bar too, so they will move pretty quickly. And yeah, that Iron Fist ability will target the enemy with the highest damage. You've also got Misty targeting highest health and damage enemies. Colleen can do highest damage. Yeah, this team is built to really come out of the gate swinging and kill someone off pretty quickly. And that's also going to kind of depend on, if based on where you are positioned in your alliance war, like what room you're holding, this team is going to have some very interesting synergies. And we'll get to that after we talk about the T4's here, or it's not the T4's, but the ISOs. Healer for Iron Fist makes the most sense because he's your healer, always healing on spawn, healing on turn, healing. I mean, his special heals, yeah. You're gonna use this. So healer just works the best for Iron Fist. For Colleen Wing, I like Striker because she's constantly attacking. She has a lot of piercing damage. That piercing damage ignores defense. So if she's able to ignore defense, you can boost that damage stat. That's even better. So I like Striker for her. I have seen people do Raider for her, which makes sense because she's able to attack multiple enemies, especially on that first turn. But I think Striker overall for her is probably going to get a little bit better of a return versus Raider, but you can't go wrong either way. And then Misty Knight, I'm going to put Skirmisher on her probably. This is one, yeah, and she doesn't do a lot of, I mean, she can chain here, but you want someone who can set up vulnerable on the team for you, because you want to make sure that Colleen's able to use her abilities with that Striker bonus and doing bonus damage and bonus ISO attacks. You want someone on the team who can apply vulnerable. Misty, I think, will work really well for this. So Skirmisher is a really solid bet for Misty. I think you can't really go wrong with that. For Luke Cage, this is one that this may change when Blue ISO comes out, and we will see how the Blue ISO fortifier works. But right now, I'm going for healing on him. He's got a huge health pool as it is, so that healer ISO will be very helpful for this. In addition to that, you could go fortifier, but we will have to see what the Blue ISO looks like for that. That's the big problem that we're running into right now, is if the blue fortifier ISO is solid, then I'll probably switch Luke over to that. But right now, with just the green ISO, I like healer for him better. Striker and Skirmisher, I mean, he's not going to be attacking for several turns, so you're not going to get a huge return right away on Striker or ISO. There's really no point to doing those for him. And I mean, yeah, I just like those better. I mean, there's no point in doing Raider on him either. So I mean, healer or fortifier is the best bet for him. And again, we'll see how the blue ISO works out. Now, in terms of the fifth character here, this is going to depend on where you are in your rooms. For me, I have security room buffs. So if someone's fighting me and they have defense down, they have to go against this, a team that's targeting like highest health, highest damage characters and just shredding them, doing piercing damage, and they have that defense down ability or the defense down negative effect. I mean, it's a really easy bet to put Kestrel on the team, because she's constantly healing herself, clearing negative effects, but she's also assisting when an enemy with defense down is attacked. So think about it this way: Misty or Colleen or Iron Fist hit someone with their ultimate and they have defense down. Well, now you get a follow-up from Kestrel. Kestrel also moves pretty quickly. She has offense up. She's going to hit pretty hard with this. I've seen her in the skilled nodes with the Doom rate. She's hitting 100k plus easily on her passive. So Kestrel with Heroes for Hire for me, with that security room buff, makes a lot of sense. There's also other things you could do. Doom is one that a lot of people are thinking about putting with Heroes for Hire just because it's Doom. Silver Surfer would be an interesting one. If anybody dies on Heroes for Hire, they can revive and come back. And the curious thing they're going to be the one thing I'll have to see is that if they do die and they do revive, does he still gain the offense up? And if he does, this is absolutely insane because now they've revived and they've also given offense up to Silver Surfer, and now he can just shred with all these different abilities. Yeah, I mean, Silver Surfer is another good option there. If you're looking for something a little more closer to home with city heroes, one that we've been talking about is going to be Squirrel Girl because she gives you a turn one cleanse and she's able to apply offense down and bleed to enemy targets with her ultimate and with her basic. But this 3-turn heal cooldown that cleanses all negative effects, that's not bad. Iron Fist also is able to remove all negative effects for Heroes for Hire. So you do have two different team wide cleanses going on with this with Squirrel Girl on there. That would be one to consider. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna kind of depend on where you are with your room buffs and who you have available. I have a feeling though, a lot of people are going to be using Silver Surfer to counter Heroes for Hire because he can remove charge, and if you can remove charge, you can prevent them from healing or reviving. Um, I don't know about Black Bolt. I've seen people talk about using Black Bolt against Heroes for Hire and with Heroes for Hire, where if they take someone down to low health, then Black Bolt can finish them off. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of good options for that fifth spot. I know people have talked about Jessica Jones and her fitting into the team, and she does fit in quite a bit. I mean, City allies will gain 20% bonus resistance. Defender allies, which are Iron Fist and Luke Cage, will gain 30% bonus resistance. She does also have a team-wide cleanse here that also generates ability energy for each defender or each defender ally. And then for ability energy for random allies, she also has this that it basically can clear all positive effects from an enemy target. So she does have some interesting synergy with this Heroes for Hire Defender team that we have here. It's a shame she didn't get the tag because she would have worked really well with Heroes for Hire, probably a little too well. But yeah, she's definitely one that I think you could fit into the team as well. Plus all this ability energy generation. She would work pretty well there, but I do think there are better options than Jessica. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about Heroes for Hire and who you guys thinking about taking on to the team with them? If you guys are investing in them, I want to hear from you guys. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.